Hello everyone. Today my presentation is about the Palace of Versailles, a historical marvel. My name is Betty Lee, and I'm currently studying in the Department of Visual Art at National Pingtung University. I'm excited to share with you the history and significance of this incredible site. Let's begin by going through the main points of my presentation. First, I will start with the introduction, where I will explain why I choose Versailles as my topic. Second, we'll look at the history of Versailles, exploring how it evolved from a hunting lodge into a magnificent palace. Third, I'll discuss its architectural grandeur, highlighting the Baroque style and famous features like the Hall of Mirrors and the gardens. Fourth, we'll talk about the cultural and historical significance of Versailles and its role in key events. Fifth, I will share some interesting facts about the palace that you might find fascinating. Sixth, I will wrap things up with a conclusion, summarizing why Versailles remains so iconic. Finally, I will introduce a glossary of key terms to help clarify some important concepts. Let's move on to the introduction. The Palace of Versailles is a symbol of French royalty, art and architecture. I chose this historical site because of its fascinating history and its lasting influence on world heritage. Originally a royal residence, it reflects a grandeur of Louis XIV's reign and now serves as a remarkable museum of history. The Palace of Versailles is located in France, in the town of Versailles, near Paris, surrounded by vast gardens and forests. It features a magnificent landscape, with famous fountains and the Grand Canal add to its scenic charm. The image on the right side shows a map of the surrounding of the Palace of Versailles. The palace is located in town of Versailles, with a large garden in front of it and further ahead, a fountain called the Apollo Fountain. Next, let's move to the main content, the history of Versailles. The Palace of Versailles started as a hunting lodge built in 1623 by Louis XIII. Later, Louis XIV transformed it into a majestic palace and the center of political power for the French monarchy. During the French Revolution, it became a symbol of the monarchy's excess and was abandoned. Today, it stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, visited by millions worldwide. Let's continue to the next part. Architectural grandeur. The architecture of Versailles showcases the Baroque style with intricate details, grand halls like the Hall of Mirrors, and vast gardens designed by André Notre. Its symmetries and splendor symbolize the absolute powers and wealth of Louis XIV. Next, we'll discuss its cultural and historical significance. Versailles was the center of political power in France from 1682 until the French Revolution. It also witnessed major historical events, such as the signing of the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, which marked the end of World War I. Now let's move to some interesting facts about Versailles. The Hall of Mirrors contains 357 mirrors, reflecting the luxury of the Sun King. It took nearly 40 years to complete the palace. The garden covers 800 hectares and features 50 fountains. Next, we'll conclude with some final thoughts. In conclusion, The Palace of Versailles is not just a former royal residence. It is a testament to France's cultural and historical legacy. Its beauty inspired awe, and it served as a powerful reminder of the grandeur and challenges of monarchy. Now, let me briefly introduce some key terms related to Versailles. Number 1. Palace of Versailles, 凡尔赛宫, a royal residence in France, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Number 2. Baroque, 巴洛克, an ornate architectural style prominent in the 17th and 18th centuries. Number 3. Louis XIV, 路易14, the French king who expanded Versailles into a grand palace. Number 4. Hall of Mirrors, 镜厅, a grand gallery in the palace famous for its 357 mirrors. Number 5. Under the Notre, 安德烈的诺特, the principal designer of the Gardens of Versailles. Number 6. French Revolution, 法国大革命, a significant historical period that led to the fall of the monarchy. Number 7. UNESCO, 联合国教科文组织, a global organization that designates World Heritage Site. Number 8. Treaty of Versailles, 凡尔赛条约, a 1919th agreement that ended World War I. Number 9. Symmetry, 对称, a design principle evident in the palace architecture and gardens. Number 10. Opulence, 奢华, great wealthy or luxury, a defining feature of Versailles. Let's conclude my presentation. Thank you all for listening.